with me, I'm joined by Fundi, Sithebe, CEO of Sizekhaya, the new national operator for lottery. Fundi, will you just take us through the journey, where it all started?
Oh, Lehlohonolo, thank you so much for having me on Fullview. The journey started even before me, way before me. I think the journey started as far back as 2018 when a conversation was had between the consortium as well as Genhart, the technology partner. And fast forward, I got involved probably around 2024. And at that stage, Sizekhaya had been shortlisted as part of 9 entities to do a presentation to the adjudicating panel. And then in 2025, around May, June, we were then notified that we were the successful bidders. So as somebody said, that it's literally taken an 8-year process just to start an 8-year license, you know, so there's just great symphony in that. And so I joined the team sometime last year, 2025, as Chief Operating Officer. And my role is just to make sure that operationally that, you know, we're running efficiently, we're running a well-oiled machine. And yes, that's how we get to where we are today.
No, that's great. And thus far, are you optimistic that we come 10 days? Are you guys ready for 1st of June?
Oh yeah, I'm very optimistic. You know, I was saying earlier on that with such a great responsibility, maybe the excitement will catch up later. Not because I'm not excited about what we're about to do, but just I'm excited about, you know, I will be excited when I see our South Africans winning, our South Africans being able to play with no connectivity issues, you know, and then it'll be, okay, now, you know, we've built something for South Africa. But for the moment, it's next 10-11 days. We're not going to sleep, but we expected that because it really is that last mile of the journey and ensuring that on 1st June, we were optimal, we switch on, and South Africans are able to now participate in national lottery, proudly operated by Sizekhaya.
You'll bear with me, but I'll have to ask this question. The appointment of Sizekhaya has been marked by legal challenges and all sorts of things. And could you kindly share the light as to is all clear for Sizekhaya to go ahead?
Of course, it's all clear because in 11 days' time, you know, we've been very clear. But what's interesting is, because I always say this is a high-stakes environment. So when Gidani took over from Itimo, Itimo was taken, it took them to court. Then when Ituba won from Gidani, Gidani took them to court. You know, so Ituba is now it really is powerful, of course. There's high stakes, and you know, I always say that the strength of the South African legal system will be put to the test. I'm very certain that we've put forward a really, really good value proposition. We explored this afternoon some of the product innovations, some of the differences, and how we think that we're bringing something so new, something so innovative, something so fresh that is required in the South African market. I think we're in the High Court around June or July, but effectively, you know, we've walked the road with both the National Lotteries Commission and the DTI, and it's all systems go. Nothing is, you know, going to get in our way for the, you know, for the foreseeable future. So we're ready, willing, and able, and we're very excited about that journey.
So is the matter settled and still before court?
It's still before court, but I think it sits in June, July. But like I say, I think at the core of it, we're very strong. We're very certain of our value proposition. We're very, very certain about what we put in as a bid, and we're very certain that we were always meant to win.
Okay. And then in terms of innovations, are you guys having some innovations as compared to what Ituba was doing? Should we expect something exciting on 1st of June?
I think definitely. I think, you know, like I said, we put together a compelling value proposition. It wasn't just stuff that we dreamt of. We went out to really test the market. We went out to survey what South Africans, you know, wanted to see change. And I think importantly, we went out to peg ourselves among some of the best internationally. So I always say that our standards are global, but we keep it local, you know, for the South Africans, so that we don't lose the South African context. But South Africans must really take heart and be excited to know that, you know, we're playing with some of the best in the world, and that they're experiencing some of the best in the world. And so I think the innovations that we're bringing are absolutely amazing, and we can't wait to share them on 1st June, you know, to open up and for South Africans to explore that.
No, that's brilliant. And you spoke about the behind the the scenes a little bit earlier during the panel discussion. Could you kindly just enlighten us in terms of the importance of what you shared during the panel discussion?
So some of the behind the scenes is definitely the state of readiness, right? I think I did mention that a lot of people probably assume that with the current operator, we all sit around the table and say, hi, what are we taking from you today? We'd like to give you this. It doesn't happen like that. So on the 1st of June, we come with a brand new system, brand new terminal, brand new team, brand new everything, you know. And so what it's meant is that behind the scenes, we've had to be able to stress test that, make sure that the systems are resilient, make sure that what won us the bid is what we're actually providing. And all the while the current operator operates, and we need to then roll out to the retailers. So you'll find that we go to retailer X, and retailer X has got the current terminal, but we then need to bring our own terminal, because on the 1st of June, they need to be able to swap. New system, new technology, new way of doing things, new products. So we've had to make sure that behind the scenes, in parallel, we're training our retailers, we're training all our partners on the new products and the new system. So it really has been a balancing act. But what we've done probably for the last few weeks is what we call play days, where the retailers call in and we start to get them to play a bit, to test the system, to test connectivity, so that on the 1st of June, people are not surprised. We're able to actually just start operating as smooth, as seamless as possible.
There's a notion that the system is predetermined in terms of the numbers. Is that true?
Well, it's not true. And that's why for us it was very important to bring back the live lottery draw on TV so that people can see. I think since 2016 we've seen just, you know, numbers come across and people ask themselves, you know, on social media you see all sorts of skepticism. And now we're saying, you know, for the lotto and the Powerball, we're going to televise it so that you actually see the mechanisms, you see the auditor, and you see the whole check. You know, we've got Deloitte, you know, a very credible audit firm, you know, that's going to walk this journey with us. The National Lotteries Commission as well, you know, looks and verifies and audits us heavily. So I think that with us going back to these live TV draws, we're showing the South Africans that, you know, it's a credible system, it's a system of integrity, one that they can trust, and that's very much transparent.
Will you share with us who will be the presenter?
No. Because I'd love for you to guess, and but we are very excited, and I think it's somebody that, you know, really resonates with the larger South African population, and 2nd of June is when that announcement will be made.
Tatako?
I don't even watch it that one.
It was hosted by Nimrod before. So
Oh! You see, now you're exposing me. I watch news a lot of the times. No, but like we say, you know, it's incredibly important. He's been such an anchor of the national lottery draws that there will be a significant handover and mentoring in the background. But could be a female. Why did you make it a male?
No, I was just trying my luck to get the actual name and who will be the presenter. So it's fine. I suppose I'll be among the South Africans who will be to see who's actually going to be the presenter. We're almost closing our discussion, but it cannot go without affording you an opportunity in terms of what will be the message from Sizekhaya to the South Africans.
I think the message for me is one that really resonates. That says, Sizekhaya, we're coming home. This is a lottery that belongs to South Africa for the benefit of South Africans, and we must hold ourselves accountable and responsible for South Africans. And I think that the promise for Sizekhaya is a new chapter, a new dawn, new excitement, and really it is us saying to South Africa, we're bringing it back home where it belongs.
Any countdown planned?
No, the next countdown, this is it. We're now switching on machines as we, you know, get into the 1st of June. But literally it's the team, those last minute changes, those last minute, you know, checks. And that's why I'm saying this is where we'll be for the duration of the next month or so.
Okay. I'm just going to leave it here.
Thank you.
Because there will be a follow-up.
Okay.
Just to reflect on whether were there any teething issues and how was the response, and for the team as well as to what did you guys at least.
We would absolutely love to walk this journey with you. Thank you.
I really appreciate for your interview and all the best for the 1st of June.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Looking ahead to the 1st of June.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right then. Take care.
Okay, thanks.